welcome back to some more Diablo 3. Venturing as the Barbarian. Let's see what these guys gotta say.
Is this all as the prophet foretold?
Well, I did not expect you to keep company with a seraph.
You mean the angel, Tyrael?
I knew what he was the instant I beheld him, but being in his presence makes me quite nervous.
Why is that? He is only here to aid us.
We do not deserve it. Tyrael sacrificed all he knew to aid us. I hope it is worthwhile.
Why didn't you become a guard like your brother?
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical. A complete bore, I'd say.
And you were drawn to trouble?
Hardly. I was just amusing myself with the Thieves' Guild. It was nothing serious.
Until you were a wanted man.
That may have been serious.
Before I killed her, Magda told me that the Imperial Guard had captured Leah. But at the Kassim outpost, the guards revealed themselves to be serpent demons of Belial.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah and her growing power. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
Ashira of the Iron Wolves can get us to the Emperor. I will speak with her. How did your fall raise the dead? You were an angel.
Not just any angel. I was the Archangel of Justice. My fall awoke the vengeful dead who were slain unjustly during Diablo's reign of terror. There was nothing I could do. As my power left my body, I had absolutely no control over it. Chaldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan.
I have heard it called the Jewel of the East.
Its libraries overflow with undeciphered tomes of arcane knowledge. Its streets cover labyrinthine tunnels. It is a city of wonder and mystery. I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
Suffering is what makes us human. You suffer, but you go on.
The human spirit never ceases to amaze me. I feel Belial in the very air. I see his shadow behind haunted eyes. Hear his voice whispering lies on the wind. He need not bring an army to this city. It is his already.
There ain't no guards around, are there? Most of my items have almost no blood left on them.
but be back in 2 seconds. Just gotta grab something to drink. And I'm back. Sorry about that. All right on. Finally get it going here.
Amos, is that you? What happened?
Thieving peasants.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, eh?
Aw, too bad. I like the strength and the magic card.
I just got back from another excursion.
Why in Chaldean, color means wealth. You don't want to look like a peasant, do you? Why not purchase some of my dyes and give yourself a little color?
They ever get different stuff?
Captain Ravan, the conditions out here are deplorable. Something must be done to aid these people.
Newgoods, I may look small, but I'll hurt you if you try to steal from me.
We pay tribute to the Emperor for years. They cannot treat us like this.
Ashira, the Emperor and my friend are in grave danger. I must gain entry into the palace.
I heard what you did at Qasim Outpost in Alcanis. You have my thanks, and you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, this man has vital information regarding the massacre in the borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive. Let them pass!
We've been out here for too long! You must let us in! Demons ravage the desert! Our village...
This should be different.
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Alcanis.
Do not believe those lies. Alcarnus was the work of Magda and her coven, who served Belial.
If you are innocent, then why do you have a spy skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
I
me.
Let us leave before more guards arrive.
What? I don't want to run. I want to fight.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there.
I feel like I'm doing this battle.
These demons are blocking our way. We must destroy their summoning construct.
Don't be fooled by the gold
There has to be a way into the sewers from here. This leads to the sewers.
I want to be thorough. Fighting snakes. Now we're going down into the sewers. Ooh, quest complete. Cool.
I found my mother Adria. She's alive. But the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here.
We will find her.
We won! So Magda was telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. I always knew it.
But you never knew her. You were Leah. Even mothers will seem sometime.
There!
The accursed were created when a necrotic plague spread through Kyrgyzstan centuries ago. The infected watched in terror as their flesh flattened and died. The strongest medicines could not stop the decay. Eventually, they fell into a dormant state, and their bodies were piled up in dark and forgotten places where they could rest undisturbed.
Adria should be up here.
Gotta go check out the rest of the place. Oh yeah.
Still recharging.
Go kick some butt.
I preferred the city to this.
That's gross. Bodies are like exploding.
My exemplary servants. Keep the witch alive until she talks. Pain, loose her tongue, but only to a point. Remember what happened with the vizier's assistant? It was a pleasurable time, I admit. But the man had only incoherent babble and bloody strands of pus spilling from his lips by the end.
Wounded.
Yeah, now we can move on.
Tell us about the Black Soul Stone. We know of the three that the Horadrim used to trap the primeval. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
I admire your focus, friend.
What do you mean?
Where you battled countless creatures and journeyed through endless labyrinths, and yet you still remain vigilant.
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life, but I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
It is not safe here. Let's move. What happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
I asked.
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I will wait until you are ready.
God, you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
You are a bit odd at times.
It is merely the consequence of seeing that which is not readily visible. I have accepted it.
I meant no ill will. I enjoy your company.
Then you have my thanks. Although, perhaps you are right. I feel as though part of me still sleeps in a faraway realm.
Time may change your feelings.
That would be nice. But the feeling I have indicates that it is more unpleasant and complicated than that.
Welcome. Sorry. Esner Joses. That's different. Where'd that come from?
I heard that you were there 20 years ago, when Mount Ariat was destroyed.
Baal, the Lord of Destruction, sought to enslave mankind to the power of hell by corrupting the sacred World Stone. Unthinkable though it was, I was forced to destroy it.
And my homeland with it.
Understand, friend, that entire worlds burned as heaven and hell fought over the World Stone. Ariat's destruction was regrettable. And, believe me, I paid a high cost as well.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Herodric texts, only two evils remain. Belial is here in Chaldeum, and Azmodan has yet to reveal himself.
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Herodric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Had you seen him since then?
Only from afar. From time to time our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own. Know this. I have given everything. Even my own blood, my own daughter, so that I could hunt Belial and Azmodan. Do not question my dedication. I have given more than any, and I will give more before the end comes.
Do you regret abandoning Leah?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do? After surviving the devastation in Tristram all those years ago, I swore vengeance upon Diablo and his ilk. I've sacrificed everything for it. This is my path, and I will follow it through to its bloody end.
How did the Imperial Guard find you?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me.
What became of you after you destroyed the World Stone?
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
Were you welcomed as a hero?
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell.
Did you meet your wife here?
It's actually quite a tale. We met in a town not far from here on the outskirts of Kurast. She was... well, you're not going to believe it. She was locked in a cage.
Your wife was a criminal?
No. They were going to burn her as a witch.
You wed a witch?
Let's talk about this another time.
Tell me more about your wife.
I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
Not many care for witches.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. But that's a story for another time.
Most of my items have almost no blood left on them. Most of my items have almost no blood left.
The guards were asking you about this Black Soul Stone. I remember reading about it in Uncle's journal, but it didn't seem important.
No, but it is. It is the key to defeating evil forever. It was created by the mage Zoltan Kuhl to trap demonic souls.
Yes, he was a renegade Haradrim, dismembered by his brethren before he could activate the Soul Stone. His head was sealed away in the Dulgar Oasis.
We must retrieve it, because if we're to use the Soul Stone to defeat Belial and Azmodan, Zoltan Kuhl must live again.
I do not like this. We can defeat Belial without using...
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Haradrim.
We rescued Leah's mother, the witch Adria. She told us of the Black Soul Stone, an artifact that could destroy evil forever. Of all mortals, I have been given the task of retrieving it.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Haradrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return. Zoltan Kuhl, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
A madman. We would do better to leave him asleep in the desert than to call on him for aid.
You have a better idea.
I do not. It is merely a warning.
I don't like dealing with Cole any better than you do, but I see no other way. If Adria says we must, then we must. Uncle Deckard trusted her, and so will I. I'm not sure what I expected it would be like to have my mother back, but it wasn't this. She's different than what I imagined. I can see the toll her mission has exacted from her, just as it had with my uncle. I miss Uncle Deckard so much. It's hard going on without him.
Kane would be proud of you, Leah.
Thank you. I'm going to get back to my research.
300 years ago, I selected Kuhl and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
Why did the Horadrim kill Zoltan Kuhl?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
Baal was the most brash and reckless of the primevals. After the Dark Exile, he was contained within the Horadrim Tal Rasha and entombed. Centuries later, Diablo freed Baal, who then corrupted the World Stone to devastating effect for the barbarians who lived near Mount Ariat. The heroes killed Baal shortly afterward.
Does she really captivate you so?
What? No, you misunderstand me. That's not what I meant.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Emperor Hakan.
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The gods would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the oasis. I can open this gate for you.
A mighty adversary is before us.
The electric eels are insidious pests that have taken root in the oases surrounding Caldeum. Known for their stinging strikes, these creatures are particularly dangerous when they attack in large numbers. It is said that raw eel has become a delicacy among Caldeum's elite, but I assure you these rumors are baseless.
That's sucked. They're disconnected from their server. I've only had that happen once before.
It is good to fight with you
Well, at least
again.
it's not too far.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Emperor Hakan.
Forgive me for my behavior. You must be headed to the oasis. I can open this gate for you.
How did this all happen?
There's little I can do. Between my advisors and the Imperial Guard, my every move and action are controlled. I've tried to fight back, but Belial's influence is strong. But now you've given me a chance. Perhaps my only chance.
How can you aid me?
You're here to kill Belial, aren't you? I can help.
You're a child.
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. I will find where Belial is hiding and deliver him to you.
Why should I trust you? You tried to kill us.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled and I am surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
There, a worthy foe.
My luck is probably like dead in after 2 seconds.
I will not be denied.
The Enchantress is quite intriguing. Wouldn't you agree?
Does she really captivate you so?
What? No, you misunderstand me. That's not what I meant.
light. I've never seen a place like this. A worthy opponent.
Now I can go right click and use this stuff up, but if I have 100%, then my guide does 25% more damage with the left click, so
Did you
that's
feel
why I'm
that?
not
A cool breeze in the center of the desert. What a strange place this oasis is.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there?
It is easy to focus on the dangerous foes one may encounter on the ground. The Bloodhawks rule the skies with terrible ferocity. These crimson-winged vermin wait until their prey is at a disadvantage, then swoop down to attack. Watch for their shadows on the nearby terrain, and be prepared to flee quickly.
Need more time.
wow, 28 strength. Oh, I can give that to my buddy.
Excellent.
Better weapon, cool.
Some days, I think I would have been happier living a simple life.
Help me, please! Someone help!
You fool!
Quiet!
Or I will rip the blood from your mouth.
The enemy has destroyed Alcarnus and most of the cultists. The Master commands us to capture more slaves immediately. Go to the oasis and abduct the villagers. Kill any who resist. That way we shall both gain allies and destroy enemies.
Thank you, thank you. Those vile creatures were looting my goods. Now that you have saved me, I'd be happy to allow you the privilege of buying them instead.
3 centuries ago, a much smaller Chaldean depended upon small wells for his water. Then came the mysterious Dalgor, offering Chaldeum an oasis of unparalleled splendor, located in an area previously thought to be desert, asking only that his name be permanently affixed to the land. Then he vanished into the wastes.
The Order once came here.
To those who doubt my achievements in research, I present my findings on the Dune Dervish. It took me many years to find the truth of these strange, deadly figures. But my sources indicate that they are the cursed remains of mages who summoned a demon far beyond their power to control.
Meet your death.
Trashik eels are insidious pests that have taken root in the oases surrounding Caldeum. Known for their stinging strikes, these creatures are particularly dangerous when they attack in large numbers. It is said that raw eel has become a delicacy among Caldeum's elite, but I assure you these rumors are baseless.
Not even a sweat.
You and Linden bicker often. Why is that?
Our motivations are complete contradictions of one another. I am driven by honor and the good of others. He is driven by greed and a calling that comes from below his waist.
Wow. Would always be worth it. Better than 28 to 32 compared to 14 to 27.
difficult.
Everything worth doing is.
Tyrael said that Zoltan Kuhl could not be trusted. Is it wise to ignore the word of an angel?
It will be dangerous, but you have faced great peril before. If Belial and Azmodan invade, you will have much more to worry about than a dismembered wizard.
Most of my items have almost no blood left on them.
Almost no blood.
What sort of emperor allows his people to fall into such suffering?
Children have no concept of this. Perhaps his advisors are at fault.
True. I suppose that's what one should expect in such a case.
Is this your first time in Kyrgyzstan?
Yes. I rarely ventured beyond the bounds of Westmarch in my younger years. After the Order took me in, I had little need to travel.
A mighty adversary is before us. Could we find more like that?
That's the earthquake. Kicks butt. 2,000 weapon damage. Wow, that's why. Oh, I got another one.
This portal will lead me to the head of Zoltan Kuhl.
Overwhelm the enemy and seize his companions. There is a witch among them, and another, a girl. Bring them to me along with the Black Soul Stone. They will be searching for the head of Zoltan Kuhl. Scour the oasis for it. Some old sorcery lingers on the skull, and it must be mine.
We've overcome many trials, and even more lie ahead. It pleases me to know we shall meet them side by side.
Never wrote about this.
We are in agreement. Kuhl, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the stones and wields it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
dangerous demons are large and imposing. The dark imps are little more than children in size, but they possess the cunning and bloodlust of far larger creatures. They take cover in the shadows, emerging only when viable prey wanders too close. Then they ambush, leaving little more than bones behind them.
Do your worst! A mighty adversary is before us. Could we find more like that?
Oh, this barbarian seems a little overpowered.
What's the purpose of this place?
My pack is full.
Don't take long. To fill up.
This is difficult. Everything worth doing is.
Most of my items have almost no blood left on them.
Oh, their inventory never seems to change. Or if it does, it's very rare.
How many other structures are buried like this? A mighty adversary is before us. What a monstrous creature!
mocks my every step. I try to shut him out, but his chattering is ceaseless. He takes joy in taunting me. I will not rise to the bait. I will not give in to him. I long for the silence that will come once I secure his head away.
Most of my items have almost no blood left on them.
If you keep holding back, then you'll never improve. It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltan Kuhl. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last two Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Ah, fate is whimsical. I will give you the Black Soul Stone, but in exchange, I must be made whole once again.
You were treacherous before. How do I know you won't be an even greater threat once you've been fully revived?
You don't. So you must ask yourself, how much would you risk to save this wretched world?
Everything.
Ah, so be it. To begin, you will need to retrieve my blood from the dungeons where it has been hidden away. You will find them in the desolate sands beyond the aqueducts.
I'm going to go with you. We should bring Kuhl's head with us. Maybe he'll have something useful to say. I'll put him in your bag.
This is madness. You must know he will betray us.
You speak of all these women. Surely there was one who you truly loved.
Ah, yes. The unreasonable one I spoke of earlier. I loved her with every inch of my heart before it went black as coal.
What happened to her?
Well, she did what all unreasonable women do. Married the wrong man.
Why didn't you stop him?
It wouldn't have been easy. He was my brother.
Where are these sisters you spoke of?
They should have awakened as well, but their mission has already ended.
How?
I sought out the closest two before I met you. They lay dead and mutilated in their chambers. The others are some distance away. I fear the worst.
Who could have killed them?
There were traces of demonic magic upon their wounds. But surely the Prophet could have protected them. Where is he gone?
You're an interesting one, aren't you? I wonder if your friends know what you truly are.
What are you babbling about?
Oh, all will be revealed in time.
Chaldeum seems a treacherous city. Could it all be the result of the demons we pursue?
Many cities have fallen to such a fate, due to inhuman forces.
It is truly a shame.
Destroying the stones will stop those.
This desert is full of viciousness and spite. It's a wonder how people are able to live off its barren dunes.
Adapt or die. It is as simple as that.
By all that is holy, you see that enemy over there? A worthy opponent.
A foreboding temptation.